So I think I want to talk about fresh starts today. I've had a lot of fresh starts over the last 5 years. Well, there's fresh starts all the time, but I was thinking about all the fresh starts I've had over the past 5 years that have really kind of amazed me. I used to dream about having a studio. I used to dream about having work in New York. I used to dream about knowing really world-class artists. And I get really down because things haven't worked out quite the way I want them to. But all the top dreams that I have not only come true, but continue to come true. And I'm really grateful for them. As sad as I get about things and as frustrated, it's pretty incredible. Today is Memorial Day 2013. And I remember 8 years ago, today, I had to ask the love of my life to leave because I couldn't take certain aspects of the relationship any longer. And I had to learn how to start fresh again. It was a long time of, me imploding and exploding and crying and being very, very sad. But here we are 8 years later. I not only do not live in my hometown anymore, I've moved, I think, 9-10 times, I'm not even sure, since I left. And now I've not only had one studio space, real studio space, but now I'm on my second. You know, it sounds like a lot of transition for someone, but I love excitement. I love fresh beginnings. I love starting new. And especially when a project isn't working well or an aspect of life isn't working well. I love fresh beginnings, and here we are. So it's Memorial Day weekend. I've actually moved out of my old studio completely. I just swept up. I took the tacks out of the wall and put paintings in storage, and here I am. I'm in my second studio. It's in a shared studio space. Not my dream, but again, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I never thought this would happen to me. I never thought I would have work in New York. I would have a studio space in a mill building. I've dreamt of having big mill building windows forever and ever, and living in a town that I don't really know, or, wasn't my hometown. And here we are. I realized yesterday when I'm riding the bus around Providence, and no one is speaking English on the bus, just how far I've come from where I was. And so, which is being in a white town with white people, with the same white people I've known my whole life, and almost everyone speaking English, and bitching about people who don't speak English, when really everybody around them was white and spoke English. I was just on the bus going, this is just great. Not everything is the way I want it to be. Not everything is perfect. But it's pretty fantastic and interesting, and I've had a lot of adventures. So here we are, day one in my new studio space. Well, actually, it's only going to be a couple of hours in here because I have to, I have stuff to do. But at least I have a place to come. And I wasn't going to spend the money on a new canvas today because I really just don't have the cash right now. Moving and all of it has cost me quite a bit of money. But then I realized it's summer, first day of summer, got to start fresh. So I'm starting a painting today of a band here in Providence. I don't have a full portfolio of the band's faces, but I do have the primary band member. And so the band is called Voodoo Sisters. I've already done a portrait of the Silks, another Providence band, and they've just landed a recording contract, and they're going to be playing Newport this summer. And then I heard Voodoo Sister. And I thought, I heard the music and I connected with it immediately. And so in preparation for today, I printed out photographs. I think it's Keith. I'm terrible with names. And we talk on Facebook too. Anyway, I've got this guy, and I'm going to be starting with him. One of these pictures is going on a 4-foot by 4-foot canvas, which I'm really excited to have. This took every last penny I had left to buy, but I've got to do this. I have got to start fresh, thinking in a new direction. And I'm really excited that this band, Voodoo Sisters, is going to be playing Newport with the Silks, and I'm hoping, you know, we get projects spun off of the paintings. We'll just see. But I'm not sure what to say other than fresh studio, fresh painting, fresh season. Get to open up the windows and breathe for a while, and hope that things get better. I don't think that made any sense whatsoever, but we'll see. Yeah, no, I'm not sure that made any sense. But I'm going to get to work on this. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I know what one thing I did want to say was I got here this morning or this afternoon, and I had my canvas, but I realized I didn't have my black gesso or black chalkboard paint, which is how I start off all my paintings, with swipes of black. And then I go in with aerosol. But instead of freaking out about it, I'm trying to see the fresh beginning. You know, how am I going to start this painting differently so that I understand the rhythm of the work, meaning I understand the stages and how the stages of the work will progress without this base material. I start off all my paintings with black gesso and swiping it and chew lots of energy, and I'm rolling it on, but I don't have it. So do I, you know, have a temper tantrum and walk out the door on a day when, you know, I've got all this fresh stuff happening in my life that I'm allowing to have happen? Or do I just try and see this from a different direction? And with every fresh beginning that I've experienced, I kind of resist it and I push back against it, and you know, I don't want to be single, and I want to be on Cape Cod my entire life. I want to be one of those people that can say, I never left. Well, I did, and I did leave, and I am single, and I have been doing it on my own for a while. I've lost a lot. I've had a lot of changes, but it's been a great adventure. So what I'm trying to do is see this opportunity of not having the black gesso as the same kind of adventure. There's a fresh beginning here, and how am I going to approach it? I'm not particularly thrilled about starting a painting on a stark white canvas, so I'm going to have to figure something out. What I may do instead of black gesso, which I like the flatness of it, maybe I'll start off with a black acrylic, like a light coating of black acrylic. I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to sit down, stare at the canvas for a few minutes, and then figure out what my fresh beginning is here. And I better do it quickly because I'm going to have to leave in an hour and a half. There we are. Fresh beginnings. Summer 2012. We'll see what happens. Ciao.